One of the ways to break down boundaries limiting what we perceive of as possible is to actively practice the idea that anything is possible. If you keep active the idea that anything is possible, you can empower your creativity no matter how challenging the problem. The states of mind that break down perceptions of impossible include dreaming and daydreaming. It can be done passively or actively. One way to actively train the idea that anything is possible is through gameplay. Let's take a look at one right now. Playing with the impossible is a two-part game. In the first part, the goal is to come up with an idea that, from an initial glance, seems to reach outside the bounds of the possible, the known, or what has been done. In the second part, you play with that idea until you can imagine how the impossible could be made real. For example, you might imagine how to make houses paint themselves, or how to grow metal organically. If you were writing a science fiction novel, or animating a film, the ideas you choose might be left best in the realm of the fantastic. If you wanted to adhere to known laws of science, or if your goal was the invention of a prototype or a practical social solution, you might choose to play with the idea until you can imagine multiple ways that it could be made real. Consider the first example of how to make houses paint themselves. Perhaps an eco-friendly paint could be stored and sprayed from under eaves troughs. Or a temperature-sensitive paint could be applied so that the house changes color with the seasons. Perhaps a substance could be applied to stone or brick that changes color when wet, or light-sensitive paint that illuminates in the dark could be used. Or materials, stone, brick, and earth, could be used that make painting entirely unnecessary. Or homes could be built into hills so that earth and grass cover the exterior walls, and gardens are planted so that the blossoming of flowers is the house painting itself. The strategy here is that in choosing something that is or seems to be impossible and navigating our way through with imagination and persistence, we discover, along with solutions to the problem, one of the principles at the heart of creativity: that often what we define as impossible is actually simply something that has never been done before.